Tuning in for some movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. Let's hear those movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. And action.
Hello Flickers, and today we are looking at Hail Caesar, which we've just been to see in the cinema. It's the Coen brothers' latest black comedy, and the film itself is set within what some, I guess, consider to be the golden age of film, which is 1950s. And it centres around a film studio run by Josh Brolin, or his character at least, and his attempts to try to keep everything together when it's the star of his newest make or break film is kidnapped, played by George Clooney. The film itself, it has its funny moments, but there's never really a kind of all-out laugh fest in it, because it really is more dark comedy than anything. And I guess it shares a similar tone to Fargo, but it's nowhere near kind of the classic level of Fargo. But it's not a terrible film by any means. There's a lot of enjoyable scenes in there. The film's cast list is absolutely chock full of stars. Other than Brolin and Clooney, who I've already mentioned, it also includes Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, Ralph Fiennes, Tilda Swinton and Jonah Hill, among many, many others. And they're all kind of used to differing levels of need, really. But they're all fantastic, and this is one of the first things I will say about this film. The acting in it is superb. Every performance, I genuinely, I think there wasn't one performance there that I didn't really like. All the way from Channing Tatum, whose role is huge in this film, and he plays it really well, to Scarlett Johansson, who kind of plays the bratty, slightly egotistical queen of film. She plays it incredibly well. It's a stunning performance. But say all of them, including Clooney, who plays the character Clooney plays, who gets kidnapped by a group of communists quite early on, is very much this bubblehead, pretty boy actor who is quite easily brainwashed by the communists, but then also quite easily unbrainwashed afterwards. Literally because he'll just follow anything that someone tells him. And if you look at that compared to some of his other roles, like Monuments Men, which we reviewed a little while ago, it's a stunning transformation. He really does play the role incredibly well. And this is the kind of thing that I think this is the reason why the Coen brothers wrote this film. I think it's some kind of catharsis for them. The actors, especially, are kind of very blown up versions of all the bad attributes that actors have. It's almost like all the actors in it are each embody kind of a deadly sin of acting, where you've got Clooney, who really is just kind of a star for star's sake, Scarlett Johansson, who just gets in tons of trouble and just expects other people to get him out of them, and it kind of goes on. And I'm guessing that the Coen brothers have probably worked with every one of this type of actor in the past, so this is kind of their way of getting it out of their system. And it doesn't stop there as well. The producers, which are always trying to just push the film just to make a buck and not particularly worried about anything else, really. And I'm guessing that the Coen brothers have worked with that kind of producer quite a lot. So I think rather this is kind of the Coen brothers' attempts to give a picture of the movie industry as a whole. And in that, it's very successful. But again, I'm not saying the film itself isn't successful. It is a good film. It's worth watching. I don't think it's good enough to go and run out to the cinema and watch. When it comes out on a digital platform, then it's definitely worth renting, or if you're on Netflix, obviously, and it comes out there, getting it for your subscription price, because it is worth a watch. But it's not good enough to really just be a must watch. The comedy in it, there is some, and there's some very clever jokes, but they're not especially funny, and the film itself isn't especially funny. And you could say it's not meant to be. Again, like Fargo, which wasn't out and out funny, it was a comedy underneath the the fairly tragic overtones of the film, and that is very similar to this. This is definitely that. There's a lot of tragedy in it. There's a lot of dark humour. But the thing is that the actual drama and the tragedy aren't good enough to carry the film, whereas in Fargo they were, and the comedy was kind of an added extra and it kept the film going through times. But this, the drama and tragedy aren't great and the comedy isn't good enough to bridge that gap. So it doesn't make it a bad film, but it doesn't make it a great film. But I definitely say when you get a chance to, when it comes out at home, give it a watch. I've got no doubts you'll enjoy it. I just don't think it's worth going all the way out to a cinema to watch it. Because to be perfectly frank, being on a big screen does nothing, doesn't improve the film in any way. It will be just as good on a small screen, and will probably be quite a lot cheaper. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think you know what to do if you did. Bye, Flickers.